I have been dying to make an address for our house ever since we got our remodel done, and that was 2 years ago. But I didn't have a laser cutter, so I didn't have the means to do it. This one, I thought that I was going to be cutting out individual pieces, but it actually did a line engrave, and I just figured out a way that I was going to make this work because actually it's going to be easier than piecing together all the individual pieces, and I think it's going to be really, really cute. So I'm using my WE Creat Vista. Let's go ahead and take it out. Like I said, I wasn't expecting it to be all one piece, but I'm improvising because I think I can still make it work. So I just painted this all white, and then I decided I was going to just draw on the lines. And it was nice because I could still see the markings where the lines were. You can see that right there. So it was going to be easy to draw them on. So I started out, I thought, oh, I'm going to tape them off so that I can get really perfect lines. And I thought that seemed like a good idea. Turns out it was not. I used a paint pen and colored in all of the lines, and it was just bleeding right through. Maybe I should have used painter's tape instead of masking tape, but I don't know if it really would have made a difference, but it was horrible. Like the lines were all blurry. So I decided to go with plan B and just draw them in. I used a Sharpie and my ruler to make sure that the line stayed very straight. This was working out perfectly. I still was not liking the way that first section was looking. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'll just paint over it and redo it. So I painted it and set that off to the side so it could dry. Then I went on to paint my numbers with black, and I think I did 2 coats of the black paint just to make sure that it got good coverage. And then I went back after my section had dried with the white. It was perfect because I could still see the lines, but the little blurred edges of the lines really did get covered. So I just drew those on again with the Sharpie so it matched all the rest of them. And you can see it actually looks really good. You can't even tell that there was a mess up on that bottom part. So I'm happy with the way that turned out. Next, I went down to my garage and I had some trim pieces, and I thought I will just use my miter saw and I will cut those to the correct size. And then I decided I was going to stain those brown. So I just got them all into place and sanded the edges so that they would fit nicely together. And then I used my corner brackets to put because I wanted to glue them so that they would stay in place. So I got my corner brackets, put them in place with the glue, and let them dry. I tightened them into place so that they could get really secured firmly. And then since I only have 2 corner brackets, I need to buy a couple more, but I only have 2. So I had to do one side, let that dry, and then come back later and do the other side. Don't be impatient like I was and come back too soon and then it just falls apart. So I had to re-glue it, put it back together, tighten it up, and let that piece dry again. And then I worked on the other side. This time I waited a good amount of time for them to really dry. So when I came back to take them apart, they were nice and secure. Then I was going to add some stain. Don't talk about my plastic from my my toilet paper rolls. Look, I just needed a little backdrop to set this on, and this is what I had available. I didn't feel like taking out my big tarp, so here we are. I got it stained. Then I put on a little Maker's Magic so that I could seal it because it was going to be going outside. I've actually never used Maker Magic for something that's outside, but I thought I would try it out this time and see how it works. If it doesn't, then I'll come back and put some poly on it. But I put it on all of the pieces because not that we get a lot of elements here in California, but there are some. So I wanted to make sure that it was nice and protected. I put it on the back also. Not that you're going to see the back, but just so that the wood doesn't get affected by the weather. After I finished with all of the protective coating and it was all dry, then I put on some wood glue and secured the back to the front frame of the address. Then I took my nail gun and secured it just to make sure that it was all going to be good and not fall apart when it was on the front of my house. So got all those nails in, and then we're ready to put the numbers on. I'm so excited. So I'm using the Crystal Glaze. I really love this glue with the precision tip that it has. It's nice, and the glue is really good. So I love using this for my projects. Now we're just going to place them all where they belong. And I love how this address sign turned out. How cute is this? I love how it turned out. I've been wanting an address sign for so long, and now I have one thanks to my WE Creat laser. This is the basswood, and then I just added some trim, painted it. I'm obsessed. I love it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you like this style. I don't know, there's so many ways you could, oops. There's so many ways you could customize it with the colors and the design. So I just am excited. If you want information about the file that I used from Creative Fabrica for this number design and then the pattern behind it, I got that off of Creative Fabrica. If you want any information on the tools that I used to make it, check the description. All that information will be there. I will be back with more crafty content. I hope that you like, subscribe, and turn the notifications so that you don't miss any of it. But I'll be back, and until then, stay crafty, my friends. Bye.